Good morning. Happy Tuesday. This is Carrie from wildflowerartbycarrie.com. And happy mid-October. Can you believe it? We're halfway through October. I wanted to do a garden tour because the end of the week, we are going to get down into the high 30s at night. So it's going to be time to bring my potted annuals down to the greenhouse and put them in and get them nice and warm. We've had some nice rains the past few days here in Rio Rancho, and that's where I'm located, Rio Rancho, New Mexico, and there's the beautiful Sandia Mountains. But yeah, we've had some storms that had come up through from Mexico up to my area. So we've had some cloudy days, dreary days, and lots of showers and stuff, which has been nice because it's kept the garden going. Usually this time of year, a lot of the, thank you for the likes, a lot of the blooms start to go by this time of year. But my cosmos, as you can see, and my zinnias there are just doing wonderful. These cosmos are actually reseeded from last year and the year before. They drop seeds down on the ground, and my husband blows them when he blows off the patio to clean it off up against this little block wall I have down here. And then they just sow every year, and I just keep them watered, and they come back, and they're just glorious this time of year. So, and then I have like an urn in here with some zinnias. They're starting to look a little weary, but they're still blooming and looking really, really pretty. I got to deadhead some of them. Like I said, as we're getting towards the end of the season, things start to end their little lifespan, but they're kind of hanging in there with the rain we've had. And I have some roses here. They're looking a little limp and wilty due to the rain. So we're going to be drying out this week, and everything will kind of be back to not looking so weighed down. But as I was saying, the end of the week, we're going to be getting down into the high 30s at night. So I'm going to have to bring in some of my potted annuals, my tender ones, like my bougainvillea here. This one is a tropical, and so it's anything below 40 can really cause it to stress and die. So we'll be bringing that in. And my greenhouse is down there. In fact, I think today I'm going to go ahead and take that shade cover off. We don't really need that anymore. If it gets too warm in there, I can put a shade cloth inside above the rafters, and that can kind of help. But looking at the 10-day forecast, it's going to be dropping. We're going to be at the high 60s during the days, so definitely fall is here. But the cosmos are still going strong, but my coreopsis, they've all now gone by. So I'm going to be cleaning those out. I'm waiting for it to dry out because I'd like to chip them this fall and get those taken care of. But they were just beautiful this summer, just full of golden color, and got lots of pictures of those. And I posted a picture yesterday of this Cosmo here with the wind spinner in the background. Go to my TikTok page, Wildflower Art by Carrie. But yeah, it's the gardening season is ending as far as my blooms and my flowers, and makes me a little sad. I'm kind of excited because I'm ready for a break, but a little sad to know that it's all going by and I won't look out here and see all the beautiful color. And I got some chrysanthemums here, And they're looking pretty. They're starting to go by a little bit, but these are pretty. They're white with that little purple rim around them. And I have another bougainvillea here. This one has like a bright fuchsia bloom on it, which it lost all its bracts for now, and probably once I bring it in the greenhouse it'll come back. But it was gorgeous. It put out several bloom cycles this summer. And then over here I still have lots of zinnias that are going strong, and I love them in that blue urn there. That is where our septic cover is, and so we had dug that out earlier this summer to have it pumped. And I said to my husband, instead of digging it out every few years, why don't we just put a board down, plywood, and then put something decorative on there. And so that's what we did. We ended up putting that blue urn, and I filled it up with zinnias. And I love it because zinnias, they get so tall and heavy, so when we get winds, the urn is nice and heavy, so it doesn't knock it over. But isn't that pretty? And then I just love this view. I love this view here, looking across the patio. I call this my cottage patio garden. And it's just, everything is just blooming still and in its glory. So I'm just taking it all in, because I know in a couple weeks or so, it's probably, once we get that real hard freeze, it'll all be gone for the season. But I have Tithonia, or Mexican sunflowers, and I just love how tall these get. They get so tall, and they're so bright orange, just beautiful autumnal colors. Just really put you in that autumn spirit. But I kind of wanted to do this TikTok just because, like I said, I know it's going to be ending soon, and I'm going to go ahead and clear out the coreopsis, along with the coreopsis down in the field down there in the corner. That's all gone by now. I had sunflowers and beautiful coreopsis there. And just take a peek over here. This is my south garden. You can see all the cosmos in this garden here. Hello, Pajama Gardener. How are you doing today? Yes, I have a green thumb, Dan. I enjoy gardening. Keeps me sane. Oh, thank you for the heart. Thank you. So yeah, this is the south garden, and these cosmos, been watering them all summer, and it seems like you just water and water and water them, and then finally they get to where they need to be. And usually this is the time of year, September, October, all of them come up. I have another Tithonia here, and Cosmo. These kind of got knocked over by the wind, and so I have like some bricks down there to kind of keep them up against the fence. We had some strong winds a couple weeks ago. And we had our balloon fiesta last week, and the balloonists didn't make it up this way this year. We had some north winds. I'm in Cactus Cove. I am in growing zone 7B. Yes, we got lots of rain, Pajama Gardener, the past couple days and some last week, and actually that kind of affected the balloon fiesta a little bit. One of the pictures I posted a couple days ago was of a cloudy morning, and you could see the balloons off in the distance. If you go to my TikTok page, you'll see the Sandia Mountains with the sunrise. This kind of looks like it does this morning with the cloud bank over it and the sun peeking through. But yeah, the balloons, they stayed kind of down in the valley, and some of the mornings were cooler, so that north wind pushes the balloons down towards Albuquerque, south. So I'm looking east, and then the north winds would push them down that way. So they didn't come up this way here because Rio Rancho is north of Albuquerque. But another thing I love in the fall is my pink muhly grass starts to put out its seed heads, and it's really, really pretty with its the sun hits them and they're nice and pink, and they're starting to get, I think, too big for this garden. I don't know if I should move them, but here's another one here. You can see it. So I always look forward to the fall and seeing those put out their bloom heads. But I've been busy. I made my garden tables in my greenhouse. We'll take a walk down and look at them. I have a time-lapse video of me building them. I built them last week. Also cleaned out around the shed and got the first coat of paint on, and then we got all the rain, so I wasn't able to finish, and I have time-lapse video of that. So I'm waiting to be able to finish the front here and under the eaves. So it's got a new coat of paint, and then I got to do around the windows, and I got to do the trim. But like I said, it's been raining the past few days, so I haven't been able to finish. And this week it's gonna finally clear out, and we'll get some nice sunny days, and we'll get that done, and I'll post those time-lapse videos to show you all. But here's my corn boxes, and you can see the coreopsis have gone by. And actually, I was advised by one of my gardening groups on Facebook that I've been calling them wrong. They're actually not coreopsis, but they're part of the coreopsis family, but they're actually called cowpen daisies. And so thank you for that person who alerted me to that, because I do have coreopsis in my garden, which looks different. And I looked at cowpen daisies and coreopsis, and they are in the same family, but they do have different names. So I got to start using the right name. But yeah, my cowpen daisies, and they're kind of a native flower down here in the Southwest. So excuse my boards here. I had my plastic cloth out here while I was painting, and I was going to come back and finish the next day, but we got all the rain, so I just left the boards. They were holding down my plastic so it wouldn't blow away. But let me take you into the greenhouse real quick. In fact, I got to open the door this morning. The tables, I wanted to build my little tables in here because I never got a chance last year, because we got it the polycarbonate put on the greenhouse, and then bam, winter came and we had to get the plants right in. So I built these little tables out of pieces of old repurposed wood. I love repurposing things. So I have this pile over here, and once we get the shed painted, I have some racks that I'm going to stack the wood on, get it off the ground, and put it on the back of the shed here, install the racks, and then the wood can be lifted up off the ground. But anyway, I repurposed that wood, and I was down here with my drill and my saw and put these together. And they're really sturdy, and I've had this old wire here, so I used that, and so everything was basically repurposed. I love reusing things. That really saves you a lot of money, and you get to use up stuff that's just hanging around. So that's going to help me a lot with starting seeds, and also bringing in my plants and putting them, because I do have my shelving, and then I have some racks that I have to put little pots on stuff too. And then I also put this shelf up here, and I got these brackets from Amazon, and this one's actually upside down. If you look, this is the long way and then the short way, and this one I kind of flipped it. I did the short way and then the long way. And then I have these old baskets or plant racks that you hang on your fence, and I just kind of put some little clips up there and hung those for now, and kind of just put some potting soil and stuff that I have hanging around. So I'm trying to tidy this up a little bit and get things up off the ground, and so I can walk in here and put my plants in here and just not be like tripping over things. So